brothers and sisters in Christ. Well, I've not done a car vlog for a long time, maybe more than 2 months. What have I been doing? I've been busy writing my book, and really by the end of September I practically finished the commentary on the book of Galatians in Malay, in the national language of Malaysia, Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Malaysia. And from the end of September until this morning, I've been editing, formatting, little bit of revision here and there, writing my forward, dedication, prayers and so on. So that took 7 weeks. The writing itself took 7 months in all, because I started early March. So yeah, basically if you include all the revising and so on, the writing took 8.5 months, but I completed the first draft in 7 months at the end of September by the grace of God. And now I'm driving to my printers in Kelombong in Nanam area. I printed the Gospel of John with them, also in Malay. So this is my second book in Malay, printed by the same company. But I won't be printing so many copies, partly because I guess I have to raise funds to print the books on my own. I self-published, and the reason why I self-published is that I can manage everything from step 1 to the final step is under my full and total control, including promotion and sales and so on. It's a bit tiring, but I guess if I earn enough, which means because if I get a publisher, if I get only a royalty, 30-40% royalty, then it will be, I won't get a lot, maybe just 5 or even less than 10 ringgit a book. That is not worth my while. If I don't get 20 ringgit, and ringgit is actually very little in value nowadays. It's like 4.74 ringgit to $1, and the other day it actually reached 3.4 ringgit to $1 Singapore dollar. So $1 Singapore dollar gets you 3 ringgit and 40 cents. So with the fall of the ringgit, cost of living, prices have gone up throughout. It's not just groceries or tapao, which means buying out for lunch or dinner, but really across board. The fall of the ringgit, the inflation pressure definitely is almost what we call hyperinflation. Very high inflation. Most things have gone up by 30%, some even 50%, even printing. And although I'm not printing many copies, then that increases the cost as well. So at the end, I realized I have to do everything myself. In fact, this time I could only afford one proofreader. The other time, my books are read by at least 2 proofreaders, and sometimes even 3 if I get a friend to look through it and so on. But this time I only paid my sole proofreader. She also read, she's a pastor, she's quite a good student of mine, a former student, she's a pastor now. And I'm so happy when when she told me that whatever she doesn't know, she referred to her Malay teacher. So she has another reference or person of reference that she could ask help. So when she was reading my book, I guess even Malay, modern Malay now, was the kind of Malay that I learned 40 years ago is very different. Not say very different, it is the same, except perhaps the, where I used to have a lot of hyphen, now there's no hyphen, it's separated. Some words have become one word instead of two words, things like that. So it's good to have a proofreader and also a Malay teacher helping me. So I think at the end product will be good. It is not perfect, nothing is perfect in this world, but I'm happy to say that I believe it will be wonderful. So I'm printing 2 sizes, so I'm going to see my printers for the B5 size, and I may have to print the A5, the smaller version, with another company, which I printed the Song of Songs, and the quality, the Song of Songs is definitely better. I mean, the revised version, I printed the first version, first edition of Song of Songs. It's not top-notch quality, but this current, the Song of Song printers will be a lot better. So, by the grace of God, I hope they stick to their promise that I get my first 20 copies by end of the week, by Friday at the latest, and then the rest, maybe 100 copies the following week, but it doesn't really matter because I don't plan to travel. My first Christmas preaching is on the 10th, Saturday night, 10th and 11th. There's one local church in KK, and 18th, if it happens, I'm still waiting for the letter. They invited me more than 2 months ago. I'm still waiting for the letter. If it doesn't happen, it's fine. I don't need to preach every week. And I think the Christmas day itself, on the 23rd, that's a Friday, then I travel to Ranau, my former church in Ranau, 2 hours drive. It could be more now with the road condition and also the traffic, holiday traffic. The other day it took me 3 hours. So I had given myself 3 hours to reach Ranau, and we start on the 23rd night, Friday night, and then there's Christmas Eve service, and then the Christmas Day service. There are 3 services. In fact, he wanted 4, but I said 3 is enough. So yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, it is, I think the first time the churches are all open without restrictions. I do think that I do think that there's many church services. In fact, the pastors' Christmases, we have our own fellowship, pastors' fellowship, throughout November. I think there was one church, even end of October, they had their pastor's Christmas service, but most will do it around this time. I've seen a number of groups, different districts in Sabah, celebrating pastor's Christmas. And for Kota Kinabalu, we are having one on Thursday, this Thursday. That's our pastor's fellowship. Although I'm not officially employed, officially I'm out of an appointment, but in actual fact I work harder than before, because writing a book really demands your total focus, your total concentration. Sometimes I get out at 4 o'clock, and by 5:30 I would be writing my book. And normally I don't write too late, but I've written until close to midnight, even though I have a rest in the afternoon. I still can't survive past midnight. Nowadays I go to sleep fairly early, sometimes around 10 or 10:30. I guess because I like to get up early, so if I sleep at 10, if I get up at 4, I still have 6 hours, which is pretty good. So that's how it is. So my printing, my book is done, and actually it's not 100% done, because then tomorrow this printer is printing my B5 size, which is a larger version of my book. And tomorrow I'm going to go to another printer that printed my Song of Songs, a revised version. The quality is very good. I mean, the printing is very good. And they will print my A5 size. So yeah, I won't print more than 500 copies this time round. It took me 3 years to sell about 700 copies of my Gospel of John. And I don't want to travel here and there to sell my book, so I'm printing less, and I'm just depending on pastors and leaders or church members. I don't mind going to the post office once a fortnight, sending my books off to the buyers, and that's fine. Instead of traveling to the interior, that costs petrol, time, and it's not fun traveling for 2 or 3 hours to the interior of Sabah. The road conditions are getting worse. So that is it, my brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm really happy. I want to give thanks to God. Without His inspiration, the anointing, the wisdom that God has granted me when I sought Him, when I cry out to Him, and parts of Galatians are very difficult to write, to interpret. And by the grace of God, I think I've cracked it. I have done a job to my satisfaction at least, and may the readers be blessed for His glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.